All right, brother, here we are. This is Brews and Reviews, episode 1.
I am so excited to be doing this. We've been talking about doing this for a while. It's great that we're doing this for Scare Network and their content over there. I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. And what a start for episode 1.
Yeah. What a way to draw the curtain back on this is to review this documentary. Because it's worthy.
Oh,
but as you said earlier, I digress. Let's hit the intro and get this party started.
Let's go, brother. Spirits.
Welcome, everybody, to the Spirits with Spirits podcast as we present Brews and Reviews, episode 1. I'm your host, David Lowe, and the host for Ghosts, my partner in crime, the king of Sting, the Count of Monte Fisto, Mr. John Watkins.
I do that to make Dave jealous.
Actually, I didn't hear it, so you didn't make me jealous at all.
Oh, damn it. Dave's supposed to go because I don't hear his either.
Yeah, that's going off. I'll hear my ready 1, 2, 3. We'll do it at the same time. That way we can hear it. Okay. All right. So here we are, brother. Exclusively for the Scare Network YouTube channel is Brews and Reviews, where we are going to take the content from Scare Network TV. We're gonna watch them and review them, give them a score, and what a way to come out of the gate with the Bel Air House.
Amazing documentary. Amazing.
That was very cool. So this just released, like maybe toward the end of last year, and this was the one where we were like, okay, when this came out, we were like, okay, this is the one that we're gonna review for our first episode. We'd already decided.
Yeah, we wanted, this is the one we wanted to do first. They got tons of content on the Scare Network TV page, but this one is where we wanted to start. It was hard to really kind of nail one down when we were talking about which one we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And after talking with Billy, it kind of solidified where we were going with everything. And this had to be it. And I didn't realize how long this one was until I started watching it.
Yeah,
I was expecting it to be over. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing more.
Yeah. No, it's an hour and 43 minutes. But there's no lag. There's constant stuff going on, and it likes to. I like how Billy broke it between actual like live stuff that was going on, either from the previous investigation or from the new one, and the interviews with the crew, Sean, Eric, Kristen, and her stories. So I liked how that was broken up. It wasn't just like all backstory and then the live.
Yeah.
It was he sprinkled it all the way through.
Yeah. To where and the way he sprinkled it with the backstories coincided with what was going on with the investigation. It was very, very well edited. Billy did a really great job editing this documentary.
Yeah, bang up job. And that definitely goes to the visual score. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Lowdown scoring system, basically we take 10 aspects of the movie that we score each one on a 1 to 10 scale, and then the total is out of 100. Minimum of 1, maximum of 10 for each category. And we have already reviewed and scored this movie, so we're going to give you the final score at the end. But I have some clips to show. First, we're going to go to the trailer. Let's take a look at the trailer for the Bel Air house. You guys, check this out.
My son woke up and I said, I think I just saw a ghost.
Shadowy figures. I've seen glowing eyes staring at us. People have been scratched. From what I understand, there were deaths that did occur inside this house.
When the activity amped up and everything became completely paranormal, we moved out. You can't live in a place like that.
I do know this area has been a hot spot of activity, and you can feel it through the town. When you go through this town, there's an energy, there's a vibe throughout the whole thing.
Are we in any danger in the Bel Air house tonight? No. You're trapped?
There's been theories that there's a portal here at the Bel Air house, and a portal allows the spirits to come and go as they please.
Watch yourself.
I've owned this home since 2004. The Bel Air house all began with a man named Jacob Hetherington who came here from England with his family.
I had the couch up against the fireplace and I kept hearing knocking coming from inside the chimney. Every time I would hear that, I could feel somebody come in through the curtains and I'm like, if I open my eyes, somebody's going to be standing over me.
Coming into this house, the characteristics of the environment can just change out of nowhere. You'll be sitting there and you just feel this wave come into the room. Just an unsettling vibe to the point that you know that something's just wrong. You feel paranoid, you're panicky, like you're thinking like someone might be coming up to the house. You know, you just never know what's going to happen to this place. It could really get insane. It could be quiet. It's just anything's on the table.
Evil, right there.
My face got really red and it's burning. I could feel it. It felt like, honest to God, I'm not exaggerating. It felt like someone was just jabbing me into the side of my face. And I was like,
Kristen's blood! That's in Kristen's blood!
There is an evil, very, very malicious evil elemental here.
Man, that just makes me excited to watch it again.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, I can't wait till we review this as a paranormal location. But this is strictly for the documentary itself and the quality of work done there. And you know, I haven't seen a bad video from Billy.
No.
I haven't seen it, but he does really good quality work. I will be hypercritical on one point though.
All right.
And that was the slow motion pans while he's doing the interviews. That was done a lot during the documentary. I liked it.
Too much.
It reminded me of the Netflix screensaver where it's like,
oh yeah.
It reminded me of that. So that I was like, okay, I'm kind of done with this. Maybe come up with something else. And there was, because it was like it kept panning left to right or right to left, but there was one point that I really liked where he panned through the front porch, and I got a clip of that. Check this out.
We are using the portal in order to communicate with spirits here at the Bel Air house. I'm going to open up different types of energies and portals through angelic forces for protection. And we are hoping that we can speak to Edwin Hetherington and any other spirits that are positive that come through.
Oh, Yeah, that is. I do like that panoramic that going through the porch.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, he was going almost like, dare I say, going through a portal.
Yeah,
he filmed it through the porch, and you see the house on the other side and all that overgrowth and the ivy that's growing up on the sides.
yeah.
That was pretty cool. I really like that. I wanted to call attention to that. And I've got a few more clips. What was it? Was there anything about the documentary that stood out to you, good or bad?
Oh, I think one of the things I didn't like was I think there was too much wide angle. Too much wide angle of seeing everybody sitting there. I mean, I do like that he does show everybody right there. But I think I don't know if he needs more cameras to do it or not. But I think the more cameras, more cameras. You know,
I'm not going to hint anything, but who has two thumbs and can work a camera? This guy.
I've been on stages, Plant and Page, so I know I can work a camera.
Me too.
But I would like more independent shots.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get that. There and I get he wanted to see, because it's only one camera, so he wants to catch everybody in the shot.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. But I get that. And
if I was gonna critique anything, I think that would probably be my thing. I think one of my favorite things kind of goes along with what you thought with the porch.
Yeah,
was actually going into the basement. That just that sense of going into the darkness when he's going down when the camera's just panning down the stairs. I really like that shot. That's kind of one of my favorite shots.
Yeah. And I think one of my favorite shots was I think it was aerial shot, probably with a drone.
Oh, the property shot.
Property shot. And I have a clip of that. Check this out.
My son's father, Hefe, I do believe that he had major attachments. I do believe that he was in the phases of possession. He would lock himself in the attic. He wouldn't come out of the attic. He was so abusive. There are times where I look at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh yeah, there's that scar.
I had a better shot of that in a different, that didn't actually do what I wanted it to do. But I ended up saving that for something else, for the actual paranormal part of it. But because I took some clips and I divvied it up between this review and the paranormal review. But I've got a couple more that I want to check out, and then we're going to talk about our highlights. So let's take a look at these other two clips.
The dog, our dog Bella, was, their hardwood floors, her claws were all over the hardwood floors. She was growling. It was cold. You could see your breath. It's like what we call paranormal cold. But nobody else woke up. And finally, when Bella started barking, my son woke up, and I said, I think I just saw a ghost. And my family was like, you're tired, you're working 3 jobs. And I'm like, you're right. But then big boxes of tile would come up missing. Like 50-pound boxes of tile would come up missing. I can't lift those. I have no ambition to lift that. The kids couldn't lift it. They were kids. And that would start fights.
And that was something I liked. That the one thing that I wanted to point out was the in and out focus, where it goes out of focus and comes back.
Yeah.
And in that shot goes blurry and comes back a couple times. I liked that. And then I liked it going to Kristen, that was really vibrant with her hair and the way the background looked. I love the whole color scheme there. And I'm pretty sure that was accidental.
Oh yeah.
But it worked for the shot.
Oh yeah, because the background, you got this darker auburn background.
Yeah.
With the wood inside the home. And then you have her hair, which is a auburn dark red,
Yeah.
wearing the black dress.
And the
it all
bright
just seemed-
blue eyes were just like, blam. She was just popping. I was like, I was really impressed with that shot. And like I said, I think it was just happenstance. He just took a shot and he was like, wow, that looked pretty good. And
he's like, dressed nice for the interview. This is the best. Wow. How did that come out so great?
yeah. And I've got one more clip. Let's take a look at this one.
When you first get here, it seems like just a house. Usually people get here about, afternoon, evening. The later in the day, once the sun goes down, the entire vibe switches. They all come out. It's like crazy because really there's no like timeline for like activity. But here, it amplifies like times 100. I mean, as soon as that sun goes down. And it's like a looming energy. Like when you're in here, it's like, I can feel someone's on the stairs. I can feel somebody back here. You're never alone. Like there's always eyes on you. There's always someone just out of sight. Like you're being watched always.
There's the aerial shot. That was the one. That was the one I was trying to grab. Next time I'm gonna label these better. So
That's a great shot because it brings the forest in the background of the property on top of the hill or mountain, whatever you want to call it. And the only thing I miss in that shot that I wish could be caught, but you can't really unless you're super high, is the actual Ohio River itself.
Yes,
because the Ohio River's right there too. That would just finalize that whole shot. Like, oh, it's just missing the river, but it is a really great shot. I mean, I got a little drone I'm trying to figure out how to use, so when I get the expensive drone, I can do shots like that. But that's an amazing drone shot. The drone footage there was great.
No, good drone footage on that. I did see, and I hope you noticed it too. There were some repetitive shots.
Yes,
where he used some of the B-roll over again. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I noticed.
Yeah, it is noticeable, especially when we're going through clips like this. It becomes even more noticeable.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wonder. And you're watching the documentary, you're like, oh wait, I saw that shot already.
Yeah.
Even in the trailer, some of the shots in the trailer, of course, the shots in the trailer are in the documentary, but not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you take the B-roll and you get the best of the best, like your salad bar. You take what you want, you put the rest back.
Yeah.
You don't want crappy shots. So I'd rather reuse good shots than take a bad shot, a mediocre shot, and put it in.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to, just because you used one shot doesn't mean you want to go use a bad shot because you already used one good shot. I totally get that.
Yeah. All right. With your permission, my friend, let's go to our highlights on the Bel Air House documentary. This is by the score. So the first thing we look at is the cast. The cast is by recognition, and of course, we are familiar with Sean and Eric and Billy, and Kristen. So we have our scores there. Then we look at acting. We look at the trailer and score the trailer on a 1 to 10. We look at the ending, the story, the visuals, cinematography, any type of CGI or any type of special visual effects. We will talk about even, in, like shadow figures caught or something like that. If they catch anything on the camera, that counts as visuals.
Yeah.
Direction. So this is how Billy did overall, as far as the direction goes. Then the sound, where we look at the music, the sound effects, any equipment making noise, things like that. The genre, which is number 9, and that is we're scoring it on a 1 to 10 as strictly a documentary. And then the subgenre is paranormal, so we're scoring it as a paranormal movie on a 1 to 10.
Yes.
All right. So your highlights, my brother, you actually have a 10 for the trailer. What was it about the trailer that you really liked?
It really brings me in. It really does. Like I said, after watching the trailer on the show, makes me want to go watch it again. That trailer, it gives you just enough and takes out a lot at the same time to make you just go, what the hell? Wait, what did that say? Wait, it said what? Wait, they went where? Who owned that house? I mean, it's just, wait a minute, I gotta watch this. I have to watch this. The trailer just pulled me, and it makes it for me, it made it a must see documentary for me. It's one of those type of trailers. That's what brought me in.
Yeah. No, it totally makes sense. I thought of it as more like a tease where it was like I got a little bit and it made me want to have to watch it because I want to know the whole story.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you get
just
Sean
enough.
going,
Oh, wait a minute.
just enough where you're like, "Oh, man." But you know, you get Sean going, yeah, there's a demonic, and then they cut it off, and there's Eric's like, yeah, this town is really cool, and then it cuts off, and I'm like, give me some more of that. So yeah, that makes sense. I wasn't at a 10 with that though. I actually gave that a 7. But you had a couple of 9s that you gave. I wanted to touch on those. One was for the story.
The story of what's happened here, the land and everything with they talk about throughout the documentary is phenomenal. I think I might actually underscore the story. I very well could give this a 10 easily. It's that great of a story with everything that's happened there. I mean, if you want to really know what's happened there, go to scarenetwork.tv, subscribe. We're going to be doing the paranormal review of this and you're going to hear about it. But the story is phenomenal in this place. And he did a great job getting the story in this documentary.
And not just the story of the house, but what I liked was the story of the investigators, because Sean and Eric went to the house and then they left and stuff was happening to them.
Yeah.
And then they came back sooner than expected. Yeah. And they were like, okay, whoa, this was kind of weird.
Yeah, they're supposed to do a whole different freaking thing. They're like, no, we're going back to Bel Air House.
Right. Yeah. Your other 9 was in the subgenre as paranormal. I already know the answer to this question, but what was it about the paranormal aspect of this documentary that you loved?
Everything. Going along with the stories, going along with the evidence that's being captured, what else can I say? The things that happened to people inside that house from when it first got built. It almost started. I could probably say with the paranormal aspect of this location and this documentary started before the house was built. And so, so the paranormal is just is off the hook here. It's and there's a little bit of everything that's happening, which I like having. I like having the buffet platter sitting in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like pick what I want out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so the subgenre paranormal here, I think it fits in that paranormal genre very well. That subgenre. I mean, the documentary is great. The subgenre of the paranormal is fantastic.
Yeah. No, I agree. I gave the subgenre a 10 myself. And yeah, all those reasons, totally on the mark. I liked the fact that Billy in his paranormal documentaries gets so much good evidence.
Yes.
But more than you would see on a regular paranormal TV show.
It's crazy. They don't ask for it.
It bounds better. And I think part of that is Sean and Eric. I think they can actually draw that out a little bit better than most paranormal investigators.
Yeah. It's
but yeah, so
for sure.
Yeah, totally. Now, my other 10 was in the ending, and I loved the story that Kristen told at the end. That really hit me. So I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. I want you to go see that and watch that ending because it's phenomenal. Even still, there is a mid-credit scene that comes after the documentary's finished. There's a little additional footage of them doing an investigation with, I'm guessing with Sean's iPhone or something. Yes. And it was also pretty cool. So I gave extra marks for that.
Yeah. I could have been a 10 here. I really could have been.
Yeah.
But I went 7 because I felt so much wanting so much more. Like I didn't want to leave this house. I wanted a 24-hour documentary. And I was disappointed it was over.
we want webcam. She's got webcams in the house. We want a live webcam show. Kristen, I want you to, get this down and we'll help you with it. So do a live webcam show, and we'll sit there and we'll give color commentary whenever you have some footage to send us. We'll provide
it's
color
crazy.
commentary on it
Like,
because it's awesome.
Honestly, the ending could very well easily be a 10. The ending story with Kristen is freaking amazing. The extra footage at the end, the sub-credit footage at the end is great. It really probably does deserve a 10. It really probably does. But I felt heartbroken, and I gave it a 7.
Like, oh, it's over. Damn it.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. And
man.
I started talking about this. I didn't realize how long this documentary was. To me coming with my ending, going, I can't believe it's over. That's how I felt at the end. I'm like, no, there's so much more to do.
Yeah. Oh man, this could it could easily be a second part, and I could see a second documentary for this.
Yeah, it's like we didn't spend enough time in the basement.
Even though that's the only place where you can go to the bathroom.
Yeah. That shit was hilarious.
I was like, wait a minute. No, not that one. That's a demon castle.
That's a demon castle.
That's a demon castle. But it's just funny thinking about it. It's like, oh, crap. No pun intended. But all right. So, dude, highlights are great. Love it. After my 10s, I only had 8s and 7s and stuff, but still solid across the board. I think, gosh, my lowest score is a 6, and that's for visuals. There was with the repetitive pan and scan and stuff like that. I had to knock down a little bit on that, but
that's funny. I started at a 6 and I bumped it up to 7.
Yeah, still good stuff.
Yeah,
and I liked it. So let's go to our final scores on our first episode on the Bel Air House documentary. Here we go.
His final score.
All right, bro. John gave this a 79 out of 100. I gave it a 78. Our total average score for beers and reviews, 78.5. Now, we score this independently.
Yes. I literally watch the documentary, write my scores down, ship them off to Dave. I have no idea what Dave's scores are. That way Dave can total them up and do the average out. And I get surprised on what our final is, but I could not believe that we were only a point.
Yeah, we're a point off. That's really, for our first episode, that's really good.
Yeah, I got worried I might have overscored or even underscored some things. I think you were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we both come out with a 78.5, 1 point difference between each other. I thought that was great. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, no, it was solid. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our first episode of Brews and Reviews.
Brews and Reviews.
I liked it.
I loved it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Don't forget to go watch the Bel Air House on Scare Network TV. And then if you want to get the paranormal review, you can watch Spirits also on Scare Network TV, where we're going to be reviewing the actual location as a paranormal location. But also keep an eye out, because Brews and Reviews, I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of these coming your way on the YouTube for Scare Network. So
yeah, we're gonna keep going with these. So you guys, thank you so much for watching Brews and Reviews episode 1. We'll see you next time on the Spirits of Spirits podcast. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Spirit.